Universities exist because they teach students how to think independently. One of my PhD professors in his class, who had a very similar style of just putting one sentence on the board and just letting us talk about it, he said this beautiful thing. He said, universities exist because we create independent thinkers. That's all is the need for a university.
Well, let's talk about that a bit more, because we live in a world now where you can search something on Google or YouTube, and then you'll find a video to teach you something, right? Whatever that topic might be. There's a YouTube video for every single topic out there, right? And then there are business boot camps or corporate trainings, right? So where does the importance of universities sit in a world where training is readily available everywhere now? How would you address that?
And you bring a very good point here. People feel that this access to education wasn't there before. I mean, we have had libraries for ages. All you had to do was go to a library, pull out a book. It might take a few minutes, but you'll get the book that you need. You have to read through it and you'll be good. Yes, there are a lot of avenues for people now. And I'm not saying that, the corporate trainings that you talked about are not relevant. They are very important. They're important because they have a set objective that is relevant to the organization and relevant to the practitioners who are in those trainings. There are a lot of times operational goals, but when you talk about a university, I might be a student of major A, let's say, and I have to take maybe 10, 12, 20 courses to get through that. Yes, my different courses are the vehicles to teach me, but what I'm helping somebody understand is, how do you bring all these different ideas into a setting that you don't know anything about? The problem that you're going to solve in the future is not defined yet. And I want to create an independent thinker. I want to create an individual contributor who has the skill to work in a group setting with people from different backgrounds.
You also push forward partnerships with various organizations like Tableau, Alteryx, right? Talk about the partnerships that are so important between academia and the business.
I think we have spent too much time in our own silos, and we need to come out of it. See, at this end of the day, the student that is in our classroom today is your colleague in the industry. So why work on the same student at different times when we can work together at the same time with them? These partnerships are important because this, number one, helps the universities understand what skills do they need to teach students. It helps them keep abreast with changes that are happening. And by the way, the half-life of skills is less than 2 years now. It used to be like 15 years at the beginning of the century.
And even quicker with AI.
I mean, you can't spend too much time thinking about, you can't be reactive, let's put it that way. You don't have the bandwidth to be reactive. So these partnerships are important from that perspective. But at the same time, by acquainting students with, it's like a sneak peek. Through these partnerships, they get a sneak peek into what the industry looks like. Doesn't matter whether they have prior experience or not, they get a sneak peek into what the world is doing right now. And this helps in skilling, in identifying gaps, and at the same time, putting this talent in the right place in the industry eventually.
Well, and you gamify it too, right? You have these competitions.
We
Talk
do.
about these competitions with your partners.
Oh, I love those competitions, by the way.
Describe one.
This was about 2 years ago. They did a datathon in which they brought some of the top companies. So Goldman Sachs was there, RSM, Disney, a couple more. And what they did was they gave a problem statement that's a real problem that they have, or they might have just solved it through a project or whatever. The tool of choice was Alteryx, and they said that, okay, here is the problem statement, here is the tool, spend a few hours. So the students were given literally 24 hours. And 24 hours, but while they were working on it, there were consultants and senior executives from these companies that were going around the tables where the students were huddled and kind of quipping on some of their conversations. And then eventually they had to go and present it back to these companies. One thing that I heard consistently in that competition was, this is the level of stuff that we expect from our very senior consultants. And they're doing it in a matter of hours. And that has been like the common theme between all the different competitions that we have been doing. It's not just about solving a problem, it is solving a problem with the speed.
Yeah.
Because
and in a team.
In a team.
Along with all those dynamics.
Along
right?
with all of that. And going back to, as I'm thinking about that event, it's the confidence. How do you build that confidence? You give them something that is real.
Yeah.
Let them solve it, and you'll be surprised what they do.